Do you want to perform at your best anytime, anywhere, any place? Thank you, because you are in the right place. I'm Dr. Michael Lee, paid performance consultant, and I am super excited to share how to consistently perform at your best, no matter which part of the journey of life you may be in. But before I start, I just want to thank you and acknowledge you for being here. Because the truth is that you've already spent time, resources, and energy to be here today. How many of you agree that time is probably the most valuable resource that we have? Thank you, because the truth is that we cannot pay into the bank of time. We can only withdraw from the bank of time. And once that time is gone, it has gone. And that's why I want to acknowledge you, because you could be doing something else right now. You could be relaxing, you could be spending time with your loved ones, you could even be generating wealth right now, but you've chosen to be here. And I want to acknowledge that and thank you, because I've made a commitment that I will do everything in my power to make sure that this webinar is worth your while. So the purpose today is to help you discover the tools that's needed to be successful in health, wealth, and relationships. I know that some of you will be thinking, oh Michael, but I'm already successful in some of these areas already. And I just want to thank you for being here, because it shows that you want to be even more successful in other areas of your life too. Because I'm going to share with you my top 3 secrets that I've been using to help Olympic athletes, Hollywood celebrities, and successful business owners to consistently perform at their best anytime, anywhere, any place. And I hope you're super excited about that, because I'm super excited to share these things with you too. So you're probably thinking, why is this different? And the truth is that you've probably watched and listened to lots of different other speakers about health or wealth and success and that. But the truth is that this is different, because this is not theory. This is proven techniques that has helped me be the best version of myself, and I hope will help you become the best version of yourself too. So this webinar will help you discover how to master your mind by crushing not only anxiety, low self-confidence for good, by using simple tools that can turn your day from failure to success in a split second. How many of you want to turn your day from failure to success in a split second? Thank you. You'll also discover why your body isn't feeling great some days, and you can change it by simply freeing your body from aches and pains so that you can focus on other vehicles in life, whether it's relationships, businesses, or even wealth creation. And finally, you will discover how to maximize your energy levels so that you can perform like a champion and serve at the highest level. How many of you want to serve at the highest level? Thank you, because that's exactly what I want to do for you today too. So my goal for this webinar is to show you that the only way for you to have successful businesses, relationships, and wealth is through mastering your health first. And also, the only way to master your health is by understanding how the brain and the body is connected and how they actually work together so that you can get the best out of it. So who's this webinar for? Firstly, it's for those people that if your health is just not that great, or maybe you're in chronic pain, or you've got low self-esteem or low self-confidence, anxiety, or you actually feel that I should be a bit further along in life than where I am at the moment. This is for you. And also it's for those people that your health may be okay, but what you want to do is actually optimize it even further and create even more success in other areas of your life too. But I can't stress enough that this webinar will only serve you well if you implement. How many of you heard of this famous saying that knowledge is power? How many of you heard of that? Thank you, because it comes from Sir Francis Bacon, and he said that, and there's some truth to it, but I believe that knowledge isn't power. Knowledge is only potential power, because you can know everything in the world, but the truth is that if you don't implement or execute what you know, it actually becomes useless. So this is why it's so important that you execute and implement everything from this webinar so that you can gain the success that you truly deserve. I also get so many people that say to me, but Michael, I know that. And when I see these types of people that are still unhappy, they're overweight, they've got low self-confidence, they're poor, and they even have really awful relationships, I ask this question. You said you know it, but the truth about knowing something is only when you are doing it. How many of you agree that when you know something is when you're actually doing it? Thank you, because this is it. I need you to implement everything that you learn and discover from this webinar so that it gives you the best opportunity to gain that success. Because if you implement, what it's going to give you is the freedom in life that you deserve. It's going to give you the confidence, the love, the happiness, and the wealth that you and your loved ones truly deserve. So if it's okay, because we're going to spend a bit of time on this webinar, can I just share a little bit about myself? Thank you. So I'm Dr. Michael Lee. I'm a consultant in pain performance, and this is my beautiful wife and my son Gabriel. I'm a family man, and they mean the absolute world to me, and this is the reason why I get out of bed every single morning. During my days, I'm an international keynote speaker, and I've spoken in over 20 countries around the world, helping over 20,000 people get out of pain for good. I also speak regularly on the BBC radio to help people that are just lost or they're just stuck and they just don't know what to do, and that's just kind of my charity work to help them. And I've also shared the stage with some incredible speakers, and you'll see there's two here. There's Masters of Wealth and Wealth Code Breakers, with some incredible speakers such as Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, and Ken Honda, one of the richest men in Japan, T. Harv Eker, one of the most incredible speakers and teachers in the world right now, just to name a few. And of course, the last event that I did for Success Resources, we hosted over 15,000 people. But what you'll notice is that a lot of these people, they actually teach about wealth and how to generate more financial freedom. But when I speak on these stages, my belief is that the greatest wealth we have in life is actually our health. Because you've got to think about it this way. If our health vehicle breaks down, it doesn't matter what you're working on, whether it's a wealth vehicle, a relationship vehicle, a business vehicle, it doesn't matter what you're working on, because if your health vehicle breaks down, every other vehicle that you are working on will break down too. And this is the thing, that if we don't focus on our health, everything else breaks down. And this is why I'm also a clinician. That's why I fix these things too. And if you don't know this, I was also the first clinician in the world to break a patient out of locked-in syndrome. And if you're not sure what that is, it's the worst stroke someone can have, where 70% of these people die and 30% of these stay paralyzed for the rest of their lives. So I managed to get this lady on the left here running again. This lady is called Kate, in 8 months. And that was a world first, and it absolutely rocked the whole medical world, and as it was thought to be impossible. I've also coached over 200 high-performance athletes and Olympians and helped them win gold, silver, and bronze at the Olympics. I've also helped professional footballers win the Premier League as well, and also I've coached high-performing celebrities, even those at Hollywood, to perform at their best anytime, anywhere, any place. So nothing stops them from achieving what they need to achieve. How many want to achieve that success too? Thank you, because you are in the right place. And this is the thing, that you'll see that there's a professional basketball player who's really tall next to me, and also to the right of that, there's James Hill as a celebrity, because he was on Celebrity Big Brother. He won that, and also The Apprentice on the BBC too. And I've helped him with a number of things in his life. And you may notice actually on the right side, you see me squatting on a Swiss ball. And this is where I like to be as honest as I can to all the people that I coach and I teach, is that I would only give you something that I've experienced myself. I only ask you to do something that I can do too. Because the truth is that I would be a bit of a hypocrite if I actually gave you something that I couldn't do right. And this is why everything that I teach are tried and tested and proven techniques that have helped tens of thousands of people around the world. But with all the success, it wasn't always this way, and this is actually what people don't know about me. And some people actually say to me, Michael, you're so good at public speaking, and you must have been really good as a kid. And I actually say to them, well, you don't really know my story, because the truth is that from the age of 14 to 18, my brother and I, we were the only Chinese kids at school, and we're privileged enough to go to a private school. But we suffered so much racial abuse, not just from the peers, but from teachers as well, that they just laugh at us. That actually I decided for 4 years to say nothing. Say absolutely nothing in class, to have no friends, to keep my head low, because if I said anything, I'll be in the firing line for some abuse. So the only way I could actually manage this is when I was at home, I'd learned how to play guitar. I'd actually play rugby to vent my frustration. And because of my frustration, I actually became very good at rugby. And I was brought onto the international stage, and I got a scholarship to play at university as well. So I played rugby at a very high standard, and until the second year of university, I actually suffered an injury myself. It was an ACL ligament injury in my knee, and if you're not sure what that is, it's actually the worst career-ending injury every athlete fears the most, because their career disappears in a split second, just like mine. So the thing is that I was so angry that it happened, because I was destined to be a rugby player, but there was a disaster here. And what I did was I went to the surgeon, and he said, oh, Michael, you'll be fine. We'll do the surgery, back to rehab in about 6 months. And of course, I was super optimistic, and I couldn't wait to play my rugby again. But the sad news was that after the surgery, I was in more pain than ever. And I was on crutches for 2 years. Yes, you heard me. 2 years. How many of you would be frustrated if you were in pain and crutches for 2 years, right? That was me. Because yes, I couldn't walk, I was depressed, and I felt useless. So I had to go back to the surgeon 2 years later, and I asked him, so what's happened? And he said to me, Michael, all your scans are fine. I don't know. And he said, I'll just go back in again. Let me have a look and I'll see what's happening. And I said to him, no. And the reason why I said no is because this was my understanding. It made no sense. My understanding of the human body and the physiology was, if something breaks, whether it's a ligament, a tendon, a bone, a muscle, it takes 8 weeks to heal. So if someone's in pain for longer than 8 weeks, it cannot be a structural problem because it's already healed. I was 2 years down the line. So I was thinking, what could it be? It had to be a neurological problem. My brain had created the pain as a protective mechanism, and it was probably because of the surgery. So what I did next was I decided to learn from the best. So I traveled around the world finding the best neurologists to find out how can I fix myself so that I can get my life back on track again. So after studying 7 different degrees in different specialisms, I finally understood how the brain and the body connects together and why the brain creates pain as a protective mechanism. And now I'm able to run. I'm able to jump. I'm able to enjoy life and teach and help other people too. So what I'm trying to say is, if I can do it, so can you. If I can overcome depression, so can you. If I can regain the freedom in my life and gain the success in life, so can you. So ever since that incident, I started to value my health. I put it first. I didn't want to take it for granted, because I started to implement everything that I knew to help myself operate at my best so that I can love myself better and also help my loved ones better too. And for that reason, I knew that for all the knowledge I had actually received, it would be unforgivable if I took it to the grave and no one else would benefit from it. So I decided that I want to help other people that were suffering just like me. Either they have a chronic pain, a chronic illness, they have depression, they felt worthless, they had low self-confidence, low self-esteem, had anxiety. I could help them because of the story I've been through and because of the outcome that I'd also achieved too. So I had to teach. The only way I could reach thousands, tens of thousands of people is by teaching. And that's why I'm with you today. So after 10 years of studying and discovering, I discovered all of this the hard way. And by discovering all these, by doing 7 degrees in different specialisms and finding all these different experts, I've invested a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of finance money to actually get my health back on track so that I can start to enjoy health better. And I must have spent over $500,000 on seminars and education. And I don't say that I've done 7 degrees just to impress you, but to impress upon you that I am dedicated to find out exactly how the brain and body work together so that I can help people gain their success quickly and get out of pain for good. So you're probably on this webinar because you're struggling with something else in your life, whether it's a bodily pain or you're not reaching the success that you really want, or maybe it's other areas in your health too. And you've probably been struggling because of these reasons. The first thing is that you've probably gone through this journey in life and you just suddenly accepted that your health will never get better. And you just put up with pain because you've had it for years. But remember I said that if you're in pain for longer than 8 weeks, it ain't a structural problem, it's a neurological problem, it's something else is the cause. And the thing is that the pain that you are actually experiencing is probably just the victim. So we need to find out what's causing that. Number 2, you're probably hoping that one day it'll get better and you're living it with the theory of hopeology. And I'll be honest with you, if you keep hoping and you do nothing, nothing will change. Something needs to change for you to improve in your life. The third thing is that you continue to neglect your health and you're just waiting for something catastrophic to happen, whether it is a stroke, whether it's a heart attack, whether it's a cancer, whether it is a disease or an illness or an injury. It might be even when people even stop smoking or they abuse themselves with smoking and alcohol, they only change it until they get a disease. But the truth is that why wait that long? Because you can make a change now. The other hard way is that some people blame life, they blame other people, they blame their mistakes, and then they give up. And giving up, of course, is actually the definition of failure. This is where people fail. And this is why people are stuck in this loop in life, that they've been doing all these 4 things, that their health hasn't got better, their success hasn't got better, because they haven't been looking after themselves. But of course it doesn't have to be that way, because actually there's a plan B. You could take control of your life and find the causes of these problems, the causes of anxiety, the causes of depression, the causes of a pain in your body, the causes of disease. As soon as you find the causes, then you can actually make changes, because the fact is that you weren't born with those problems. They happened at a specific time. It's about finding why it happened then, how do you get rid of it, why the brain's protecting it, then you can be as good as when you used to be. The second thing is that you can focus on what's important to you, because the truth is that people will do more for their loved ones than what they'll do for themselves. So if you're not willing to do it yourself, at least do it for your loved ones, because their love is important to you. Them being around you is important to you. Their time is important to you as well. The third thing is take care of your health so that you can love your loved ones and serve your loved ones at 100%. Because if you are not operating at 100%, you cannot serve at 100%. This is why it's so important to look after yourself first. The fourth thing is you need to be confident that you can achieve anything you want, because if your health vehicle is operating at its best, every other vehicle can also operate at its best. Because remember, there's only one person in your life that can give you success. Who is that? Yes, you're right, it's you. And there's only one person that can give you failure in your life. Guess what? Who's that? Yes, it is you. So you get to choose where your trajectory goes in life, but only if you have the knowledge, the tools, and you implement those tools. So this webinar, who's it for? Who's it work for? What are these tools? Who will actually help gain that success? It'll help athletes, professionals, coaches, speakers, leaders, business owners, and even entrepreneurs. But basically anyone that wants success. And that's why I'm super excited to give you my top 3 secrets to health and success. Okay, so let's go. These are the 3 secrets that I've helped Tens of thousands of people around the world gain their success. Secret number one, mastering your mind is the key to unlocking your success. That's number one. Number two is that freeing your body to master wealth, health, businesses, and relationship is so, so important. And secret number three, maximize your energy and perform like a champion. So secret number one, mastering your mind is the key to unlocking your success. Because the fact is that your body will just do what your mind's doing. Your actions will just reflect your thoughts. And this is why we must master our minds to make sure that we get to where we need to get to in our life, whatever success looks like to you. So the first lesson I want to give you in mastering your mind is you need to be careful who's near you. Because there are two types of people you need in your life. The first types of people I call is your inner circle. And your inner circle, these are the people that will be with you no matter what. And I want to ask you this question. How many friends do you have? Just pick a number in your mind. Okay, thank you. So once you get this number, I want you to ask yourself, are these my true friends? Because the chances are they're probably just your acquaintances. They may be friends on Facebook, but they're just acquaintances. Because how I define a friend is with two criteria. The first one is picture the names of these people. The first question is, would you take a bullet for them? If it's a yes, they're your friend. Well, it could be your friend. If it's a no, they're definitely not your friend. They're just your acquaintance. And these are the people that will invite you to parties, and just because, not because they know you, but they just want you there to make them look more popular. But the second question is, if you take a bullet for them, by the way, is would they take a bullet for you? Because if they would take a bullet for you, then the love is actually mutual. So they're your true friend. They will be with you through thick and thin. They'll be with you through your success and your celebrations too. The second type of person that we also need in our lives is actually people that are better than us. Because there's a famous saying from Sir Richard Branson that he says, do not learn from your own mistakes first, but learn from other people's, because you do not have a lifetime to make the same mistakes again. And the reason why I say to you, you need to surround yourself with people that are better than you is because that, you know, that if you spend 1 week with someone that's so much better than you, you learn so much more in that week than if you tried it for many, many years. So if you surround yourself by those people who are so much better, you will hit their level a lot faster than if you did it by yourself. How many of you would like to get success quickly? Great, thank you. So you need to find yourself a coach or a mentor that will push you that hard just so that you can get that success that you truly deserve. The next thing is that you need to listen to your heart. The reason why is because there's this famous guy called Tony Robbins. And he says that if you're in your head, you're dead. But if you look inside your heart, that is where you need to start. And the heart never lies because it knows exactly what's the most loving thing to do or what is right as well. So make sure you start there, because that's what I ask people to do when they get stuck. And they then know exactly what they need to do. Because the problem is that although yes, you can start in your heart, we do have a mind as well. And there are all these, I call them little voices that happen in our mind. And it's these little voices that tell us, you're not good enough. You shouldn't do that. What will people think? You're not smart enough. You can't do that. All these little voices, and I can tell you now, the truth is that I have a whole orchestra going on in my head. Because you're not the only one that has them. The worst thing that anyone can do with these little voices is ignore them. Because what happens is that they just get louder. So the first thing we need to do when you have these little voices is that we need to acknowledge them and say, thank you for letting me know. And then once you've acknowledged it, it will calm down, and then you ask your heart, so what do I need to do? And then you know exactly where to start, what the right choices to make, what the right actions are to make, whether it is in your health, whether it's to exercise, whether it's to eat well, whether it's in your relationship, in terms of how you can serve your other half, or how you can serve your friends and family better, how you can serve the world better too. Your heart will know the right answers. The other thing that you need to do to master your mind is to be present. And what I mean by this is that there's a lot of people not living in the present. And there are so many people that are diagnosed with anxiety and depression. And whenever I'm teaching psychology, not many clinicians like it when I say this, but I say that anxiety and depression isn't even a disease. It's a choice. Because you can allow anxiety and depression to control you, or you can control it. And it's a choice. Which one would you like? Because the truth is that when people have depression, they are stuck in the past. And they're thinking, because that happened to me in the past, that's where I am today. Because I made that mistake, that's where I am today. Because they did that to me, that's where I am today. And these are the people that cannot let go of the past. Where the other side of the spectrum is actually anxiety. And these are the people that are formulating the worst case scenario. What if this? What if that? And generally, the worst case scenario doesn't actually happen. But they live in fear of the future. But although depression and anxiety are opposite sides of the spectrum, they have exactly the same intention. And what it does is that when people are focusing in the past, or they're living in the past and living in the future, it robs them of happiness in the present because they can't see the present. Because you need to think about it this way: can you change the past? No. What determines your future? What you do today. And this is why it's so important. Just think about it. Your trajectory in life, wherever you're going to end up, all you need to do is change 1 degree. And as time goes on, look how much further of an improvement you got. But remember, if you did 1 degree the opposite direction, look how much worse you get as well. That's why it's so important to make sure you are present, because the only thing you can change is today. And this is what's so amazing, because it worked for Kate. Because she could have listened to her consultant at the very beginning. And you remember from the beginning of the webinar that when she was diagnosed with locked-in syndrome and she was paralyzed, she could listen to the consultant and say, yeah, you'll be paralyzed for the rest of your life. You need 24-hour care, do nothing. But she chose to take control. And now look at her mobile. Look at her being independent. Look at her being free. But of course, I don't get to explain her story because I've got a video for you.
Why am I here? Well, in 2010, I was an obsessive fell runner. 24 hours after I was running around Chatsworth Gardens, I had a huge brainstem stroke. When I woke up from the medically induced coma after about 3 days, I was in a state called locked-in syndrome. For those who aren't familiar, locked-in syndrome is where you think, feel, see, hear, but you can move absolutely nothing. You're paralysed below your eyelids. Pretty awful, but let me just tell you, this guy over here got me out of a wheelchair in 6 weeks. He got me off crutches within another 6 weeks, and just a few weeks after that, walking independently. That's what this guy did. It's incredible.
What an incredible story. How many of you think that's an amazing story? Thank you, because the truth is that Kate has done an incredible job from mastering her mind to achieving what she can have, that real freedom from today. So that is actually secret number 1. Mastering your mind is the key to unlocking your success. Control your mind, because that will then help control your destiny too. Right, let's move on to secret number 2. Free your body to master wealth, business, and relationships. How many of you want the body, the strength, the fitness, the confidence in yourself when you were at your best? It's maybe when you were in your 20s, maybe in your 30s, maybe in your 40s, or you might be at your best right now, and congratulations for that. But the truth is that, when we see people who are feeling a bit more sluggish now, the reason why that's happening is because they picked up bad habits. And it may be because we're sitting down a bit more, it may be that we're not moving as much, or that your body is just not as active as it used to be. Because the truth is that when I actually speak to office workers, I always say to them, look, the longer you spend sitting down in a chair, the sooner you will become chair shaped, because our bodies just adapt to whatever we spend most time doing. So this is what tends to happen with more people sitting down for longer periods of time. They're getting more neck pain, more back pain. And this is what I want you to not do. Whatever you do, if you get pain, do not consult Dr. Google. Because I know we've all done it. We've felt something before. Oh, Google will know the answer. So you start typing away and it gives you all these different bits of advice and that. But the truth is that you are unique. Your body is unique, your anatomy is unique, your movement is unique, and Google does not know you. Yes, don't get me wrong, Google can help you with general things like how much exercise you must do, but if you have a pain, you need to find like an expert that really understands the whole body and why it's happening, because of course you need to find the cause of the problem. Not only once you find the cause, it will get rid of the pain or the problem, but it also stop it from coming back too. And this actually leads on to the second part of this, is that once you're out of pain, we need mobility, because mobility gives you independence. Independence gives you freedom. And we were all designed to move, because from all of the patients that I've treated, and whenever they lose mobility, then independence, then freedom, they get really grumpy. You know, they get really upset, they get sad, they get unhappy, because suddenly they have to be dependent on someone else, and suddenly their bodies are not operating as well as they used to. So what's really important is that you must improve your mobility. And what I'd recommend is that you need to be doing something that you enjoy. Don't do something you don't enjoy, because you won't last very long at it. So do something that's continuous, that gets your heart and lungs working, and it could be running, it could be walking, it could be swimming, it could be cycling, it could be tennis, it could be dancing, it could be yoga, it could be anything, but something that you actually enjoy. And please make sure that you do it at least 3 times a week so that you get the most amount of benefit. And once you actually gain your mobility, you actually need to gain strength. Because the problem with a lot of people is that they don't like doing strength. How many of you have made excuses for not doing strength? I know I have. Many times. Thank you. Give you excuses like these. I'll do it later. I'm strong enough at the moment, or my mobility work does the strengthening for me. And a lot of people make all these excuses, but the truth is that strength has to be a separate thing, because strength doesn't plateau. It's either you are strong or you are weak. It never stays the same, because the fact is that if you are lifting weights, yes, you're going to get stronger. If you're not lifting weights, you're going to get weaker, because the body just adapts to what you're doing at the time, of course. So this is what's so important, that when people are actually doing strength, it's not that they don't know how to gain the strength. It's because they don't do it. Because you know that strength training is just repetitions through resistance. It's not rocket science. But why do people not do it? It's because they're not accountable to someone. Now just think about it. If I asked you to do as many press-ups as possible right now, you can push, 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 and as soon as you start to feel the burn and the pain, that's when you would stop. But if you had a personal trainer and you doing push-ups as many as you can, they'll be telling you, come on, 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1 more, and they will push you past that pain, because they know that the greatest benefit is when you are uncomfortable. Because if you always operate in your comfort zone, nothing changes, nothing improves, nothing gets better, nothing gets stronger. And this is why it's so important to get a coach or a mentor, that they push you and that you're accountable to, that they help you do what you say you will do, that they will help you push you further than what you push yourself. Because ultimately, it's how you look after your body to gain the success that you truly deserve. And this is exactly what happened to Winston. He found me as a coach and a clinician, and I helped him in his story just now. Have a listen to this.
Before I come here, they've told me I needed a new left knee, a and my right knee was badly hurt. Barely walk coming in.
I believe you just had your treatment with Dr. Lee,
Yeah.
and so how was
There's no words over what he's done for me. I come in there with expectations of getting needles. He sat me down, he explained everything to me before he'd done anything, spoke to me really well, done his stuff. That's all I can say, done his stuff, and then by the time I left his office I was sweating. Something I haven't done for unless I've had injections. That's something I've not done without any injections for ages, years.
Can I just know, so you're not having injection today, but now you can squat?
I've not had no injections and now I can squat. Now I can walk. I feel no pain. I come in there barely able to walk. I can walking out of there with no pain. I feel today like I can run. That's without him giving me any medicine, any injections, nothing. It's giving me nothing. I can't find it. I just can't explain it. He's a miracle doctor. Been taking injections for the last 2 years, tablets, all sorts. I've not even taken the tablets now. I feel like I can run. I can't wait to tell everyone. As soon as I get out there, I'll be on the phone telling everyone. Any injuries, I'll tell everyone. You have to come out. Any London, everywhere I go, any injuries, everyone will come out. I feel so much better. I feel like life is beginning for me today.
I think that's pretty incredible from Winston. Thank you. Life is just beginning for him because, yes, now he's got his mobility, independence, and freedom. His next step is that he needs to work on his strength because he understands if he doesn't want to go back to having his knee pain, needing injections, or even having a surgery, he needs to gain the strength to start to stabilize his knees because all I did was find the cause of the problem and then treat the nerves, and then everything started working normally again. But he now has the responsibility to now push himself forward by now looking after his own body. So that's secret number 2. Free your body to master wealth, businesses, and relationships. Because what I hope you can realize here is that, yes, from looking after your body, whether it is your mobility, your strength, and also just making sure that you have that independence. Because once your health vehicle is working at its best, all these other vehicles, whether it's wealth, business, or relationships, you can then focus on them. But health must start first. Okay, secret number 3, maximizing your energy and perform and recover like a champion. How many of you want more energy each day? Thank you. Well, listen up because this part's for you. If you want to be successful in wealth, health, relationships, do you think you need to eat the right foods? Yes, right. But the fact is that there's so many diets out there, and when you go onto the internet from Dr. Google, of course, it probably doesn't even make it any clearer. It probably gives more confusion. Should I try paleo diet? Should I try keto diet? Should I try Atkins diet, Weight Watchers, whatever it may be? There's all these diets. Who knows what you need to do? But it's really quite simple. Rubbish in means rubbish out. And I'm presuming that you want to be a high performer, right? And if that's you, I'm going to use the example of cars. If you're a high performer, let's say you're going to be a high performing sports car like a Ferrari. If you're going to perform at your best like a Ferrari, you ain't going to put diesel in it. Because diesel will not only make it perform badly, actually it probably won't start, it will probably destroy the Ferrari. And this is why it's so important that you must put the right fuel in for your health as well. So it's quite simple that, of course, fruit, vegetables, and no processed foods are always going to benefit us because it gives us all of the things that we need for like our vitamins, our minerals, and just to maintain our strength and get rid of any body fat. Because you got to think that processed foods actually make us feel really sluggish. Yes, I get it. There are lots of supplements out there that you can take, but I like to be honest that we don't really have time to go through all of those things today, and I could spend a whole day talking about supplements. Okay, so next thing, hydration. How many of you drink coffee? Thank you. How many of you drink tea? Thank you. How many of you drink alcohol? Thank you. Not many people actually realize this, but both coffee, tea, and alcohol, they are actually diuretics. And diuretics are things that actually strip the body of water. And the problem with this is that the body needs water to metabolize fat. And this is why we see so many people that are overweight, they're drinking so much coffee or so much alcohol, and they're piling on the weight because they don't have enough water in the system to actually get rid of the body fat. So this is what I would say to people that drink more water just to allow your body to function. We should be drinking between 2 to 3 liters per day, but if you're more active, it should be probably 4 to 5 liters. And this will actually help all of your organs work better, help your brain work better, help your muscles work better, and ultimately will help you also lose weight as well. But the thing is, I get it. Some of you love tea, some of you love coffee, some of you love alcohol. And I'm not a killjoy. And I understand that sometimes it can be a bit of a treat to have these things. Maybe it's a social event. But what's really important is that once you've had those things, finish with water. Because the water will actually help metabolize all those toxins in those drinks so that you can actually start to get back to your normal balance in your system and also allow your system to operate better and sooner after consuming these toxins too. How many of you want more muscle and more fat? Thank you. So actually drink more water because that's one of the recipes for it. You need water for more muscle and to get rid of more fat. Next one, don't you love sleep? Let me know how you sleep. Do you sleep through? Do you have difficulty getting to sleep? Do you find it difficult to stay asleep? Or even, do you always wake up every single morning really, really tired? Well, you're not the only one because there are tens of thousands of people in the world that also struggle with the same things. And ultimately, even if they've had 8 to 10 hours per night, they still feel tired every single morning. So the question is, why did it feel so tired? It's not about the quantity of sleep, it's about the quality of sleep. And also, by getting good quality, we have to create good habits. So when I was actually at the Olympics with Team GB, we actually did a bit of research on actually helping athletes perform at their best, and it was a sleep research. And what's interesting about it is that all the athletes that didn't have a screen in front of them within 2 hours before they slept performed over 30% better than those who were either looking at their phones, iPads, laptops before they slept. And the question was, why did this happen? And all that light from a screen actually affected the preparation of sleep at night, and that's why they had really poor quality of sleep during the night and then resulting in poor performance as well. And this is why it's so important to actually turn your phones off at night, not read from an iPad at night or watch TV 2 hours before night, but ultimately yes, you read a book because that helps relax you. But the key thing is that getting into good habits and getting good quality sleep will help you feel more invigorated, more re-energized, and also just more relaxed when you wake up. How many of you want all those things and more energy in the mornings? Me too, thank you. All right, and this is the thing that this is what John needs to do next, because this is John. He was really depressed. He had a load of rubbish. He drank loads of alcohol, and he had an awful sleep because his surgery went wrong. And these are all the consequences to a bad surgery, that people start behaving in a negative way. So have a listen to John's story, because it's an incredible story too.
Treatment I had with Mike was for phrenic nerve palsy. The right lung was not working at all, and the left side was around 60-70%. I was on 24/7 oxygen with a pump at home, and I went around with a portable canister on my back. Everyone before that told me there was no treatment for this.
Right. So how soon did you feel the benefits?
Pretty much straight away. As soon as I came away, after seeing Mike, he told me to keep the oxygen on for a couple of hours, and within a couple of hours I took it off. And after that, I didn't touch it again. Didn't need it.
So would you say, in a way, that treatment's given you your life back?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, you think John's story is incredible as well. Thank you, because this is the reason why I love teaching, because I get to change people's lives like John, that he was on 24 hours oxygen, and now I've given him freedom. But the thing is that now I've given him a new opportunity in life. He now needs to take action to create good habits, because he doesn't want this to happen again. Because now that I fixed his problem, he's working on his diet, he's working on hydration and sleep, So not only can he enjoy life better, but he can serve his family and his son better too. So that is secret number 3. Maximize your energy and perform and recover like a champion. And those are the 3 things you need to do. Hydrate, eat well, and sleep well. But of course, it's not just knowing what to do, it's how you do it. So make sure you implement all those things that you have just learnt. So those are the 3 secrets to health and success. Mastering your mind is the key to unlocking your success. So remember that you need to have a look at the people that you surround yourself with. You need to look at your habits. You need to look at your plans. You have to look at all these things that help you be at your best. You need to have the people that are better than you to push you forward as well, so that you can achieve that same level as soon as possible. The second thing is to free your body. You need to master, and to then master wealth, business, and relationships. Yes, you need to look after your body. You need to be mobile, independent. You need to be free. You need to look after your strength. And the thing is that you need to have the responsibility, because no one else is going to do it for you. But the key thing is, yes, you may need a coach or someone to be accountable to push you forward, because generally when people do it by themselves, they give up too early. And the third thing, secret number 3, is maximizing your energy and perform like a champion. Eat, drink well, and of course, sleep within the right parameters of getting rid of screens and iPhones, so that you are prepared to get good quality sleep. So, I can't stress enough, you owe it to yourself. It is your moral obligation that you only have one life, one body, and only you can make yourself happy. So, I have an exercise to help you move forward to the next step in your health and success. Is that okay? Can we do an exercise? Thank you. So, step 1, what I want you to do is, I want you to list down all of the areas of your health that you've neglected. You have 30 seconds. Ready? Go. Okay, start finishing up. Okay, and stop. So now think about all these things that you've neglected in your health, whether it is your diet, whether it's your hydration, whether it's sleep, whether it's exercise, whether it's strength, whatever it may be. All the things that we've gone through. Now I want you to think about it. What does it cost you? The time, the unhappiness, the frustrations, the disappointments, the lack of confidence that you've actually had as a consequence to all these things that you've neglected. Just think what it's cost you. The time. A lot of people will say it's cost me a lot of time, years of being unhappy with myself. Because you're not alone, because a lot of people are in the same boat. Step number 2, what I want you to do now is, I want you to list all of the people that you love. The people that are closest, the people in your inner circle that you love the most. Got 20 seconds. Ready? Go. Start finishing up. And stop. So the reason I want you to list these people that you love is because I said this before, that a lot of people will generally do more for their loved ones than what they'll do for themselves. And now that you're thinking about your loved ones, don't you think that they deserve the best from you when you want to serve them? They deserve 100% of you when you serve them. You want to give 100% to them when you serve them, because that's the least that they deserve. So I'm just going to share with you a little metaphor that's a little bit of I could say, a metaphor to life. How many of you been on a flight before? Thank you, because if you're on a flight, you actually remember this. When the stewards actually go through the safety checks and the safety protocols, they say to you, if we ever land on water and the oxygen masks come down, what do you need to do first? Of course, the first thing you do is you put the oxygen mask on yourself, then help someone else. And this is the metaphor of life, that you can only help people to the extent you help yourself. And yes, I hear a lot of people say to me, Michael, but you're being really selfish. I'm like, no, that's not the definition of selfishness. Selfishness is when you do something for yourself, but you don't care if it hurts other people, particularly those that you love. This isn't selfishness. This is self-care. You care for yourself so that you can serve at a higher standard. Just think about it. If your body and your systems only operate at 10%, how many percent can you give to your loved ones? That's it, a maximum of 10%, because you are not looking after yourself. This is why it's so important to put your health first and get it to operate 100%. So when you need to look after other things, they have the opportunity to gain that 100%. Step 3. What is the right choice for you now? What do you need to do right now? You're probably thinking, I want to put my health first, but I've got so many other priorities. And that's okay, because like I said, I like being honest and straight up with you guys. That whatever you value the most right now, that is what you will spend most time doing. And if there are other things that are a higher priority than health, then that's okay, because that just means that health is not a priority for you at the moment. But the question is that, should my health be a priority right now? And then you need to know, of course, if it should be, what are the next steps to make sure you implement and make sure it is a priority. Because like I said before, the thing that you value the most is what you spend most time doing. The things that you don't value are the things that you don't spend much time doing. So the thing is that if Kate, Winston and John can do it, and they can gain freedom in their lives, I've given them the step-by-step process. I've held their hand and made sure that, okay, this is what you need to do to gain that freedom in your life, that success, that happiness, and also that joy with your loved ones in your life. So is it okay if I show you what the next steps are for optimizing your health for success? Is that okay? Thank you. So I've created a 21-day challenge to transform your health and success, because it takes 21 days to form new habits for someone to become consistent. And this is the thing that, remember, the key word is consistency, because remember, if you do something over and over again, that's what creates a habit, whether it's good or bad. And I want to make sure these 21 days of tools and advice that I'm going to give to you, that you will make it consistent so it becomes a good habit. So what am I going to get? In these tools, you're going to get all the tools that I give and use for Olympic athletes, celebrities, and successful business owners. And I would like to share them with you too, because the tools are, I'm going to help you crush self-limiting beliefs and bodily pain for good. I'm also going to help you perform like a champion. So every single day you have a success plan from the minute you wake up to the second you actually fall asleep, that you begin the day with success and you end with success. The third thing I'm going to give you is that I'm going to help you maximize your time and your energy, so you are productive, you are not procrastinating, you're also not becoming a perfectionist, and you don't get things finished either. But I'm going to make sure you can actually maximize your energy to get all the right things done at the right time too. The fourth thing is that you're going to discover your body's true potential. I know I've met so many people that don't know what their true potential is because they've never experienced it, and I'm going to give you an opportunity in this 21 days to experience your body's true potential of waking up full of energy, of being able to be free to do what you want because your body allows it. And the fifth thing is, I'm going to give you my morning routine to start the day with success. Because when you start the day with success, you know the rest of the day will also be successful too. So this 21-day challenge, who's it work for? It works for athletes, professional coaches, speakers, leaders, business owners and entrepreneurs. So basically anyone that wants to go to that next level in their health and success. So this is the thing, that what you're going to get with it, of course, with this is that it's valued at $997. But because you are at this webinar, I want to do something really special for you. And the thing is, I want to give you some bonuses too. And the bonuses I want to give you are, I want to give you a weekly live Q&A with our performance coach. And at each week, because 21 days is 3 weeks, after each week, our performance coach is going to review the whole week with you and answer any of your questions to help push you even further. And he's going to do that 3 times for you to make sure that you're on the right line to reaching success in those areas. Because in the 21 days, we have broken it into 3 areas again. Of course, it's your mind, it is your body, and it's actually your sleep. And making sure, and your food, of course, and making sure that everything that you're consuming is doing you good. The second bonus I'm going to give you is we're going to give you some daily assignments to help you implement, and I say the word here is implement the tools to reach your goals. Because the fact is that when everyone does the same assignment, you are actually moving forward together as a group. Because this is the great thing about these 21-day challenges. You do it as a group of people, that you spur each other on and help and make sure that you reach your goal. And that's what leads me to the third bonus. You have a community of like-minded high performers. And these high performers that you're going to be in a group with, these are the people that you want to be within, not only your inner circle, if not the people you want to learn from as well, because they may know a lot of things that you don't know yet. So this comes up to a value of $4,297. But the thing is that I want to give you some extra things as well. And these are things I don't usually actually give out, and I call them fast action bonuses. And the fast action bonus, these are the people that want, and they're certain that they want the best in their health. And the fast action bonus I'm going to give you is that I'm going to give you a live Q&A with myself, and you can ask me anything. Anything in terms of what I do with athletes, what I do with celebrities, anything about businesses, but you can ask me anything, even about your health, how to gain that success. But that's an opportunity, because I'll usually do a lot of these live Q&As because it's really hard to get hold of me sometimes. So it's important that if you want this and use the opportunity, learn from my experiences. The second fast action bonus is that you get a 10-point checklist of how to manage your pain. So these are the checklists that I give out to athletes, to celebrities, in terms of if they need to perform and they've got a niggle here, I'll show them how to manage it so it doesn't stop them from doing what they're meant to be doing. And the third fast action bonus is that I'm going to give you a Neuro biohacking checklist. And this is how to biohack your neurology, so it activates your muscles in the right way to prevent injury, improve your posture, strength, and performance. And that's got a value of $497. So this has got a total value of this entire package of $9,984. And I know what you guys are thinking. That's a lot of money. But if I said to you, what if all this did was help you love yourself better? Would it be worth it? If all this did was help you get past your fears and help you serve at 100% for your loved ones, would it be worth it? And if all this did was enable you to take back control of your life, would it be worth it? So now you can see why it's a good deal at $9,984, right? Because if you get all those things, health and life become priceless. But the thing is that I want to do something really special for you guys today, for being on this webinar and for being part of this journey with me too. Because if you want to get started today, you're not going to be paying $9,984. I've done something really, really special, and it's the lowest I can actually put it, because of course it is online and it gives me more reach to help more people too. For today only, it will be $49, and that'll include all of the bonuses, the fast action bonuses. It will be all for you for $49 today. And this is why I'll just do a quick recap. For $49, you're going to get the 21-day challenge of proven expert advice to optimize your health and success. You're going to get the bonuses of your live Q&As with our performance coach. You're going to get daily assignments to help you implement the tools to reach your goals. You're also going to get a community of like-minded high performers so that they will help spur you on to reach your goals too. With the fast action bonuses, you'll get a live Q&A with myself where you can ask me anything. Some of you may be struggling, maybe something's personal for you that I can help you crush for good, because I'm about finding the root of the problem rather than patching you up. The second fast action bonus, I'll give you a 10-point checklist in terms of how to manage your pain whenever you need to be away somewhere. You might have a niggle, and it'll be simple tools to reduce that pain quickly and effectively too. And the last one I'm going to give you as a fast action bonus is that a Neuro biohacking checklist that will activate your muscles to not only help prevent injury, improve your posture, but also improve your strength and performance too. So all of that of a value of $9,984 for today only. It is $49. The link is at the top at success-challenge.dr-michael-lee.com. So make sure you hit that link, because I don't know how long this is going to be on for $49. But before I actually end this webinar, I just want to leave you with a few things. At $49, this is something that I've never done for. And as soon as this webinar finishes, the prices will be going back up to $997, and you're not going to get any of those bonuses or the fast action bonuses. So this is an incredible opportunity if you want to take control of your health, your success, and actually line everything up for the future, whatever you want to achieve and whatever goals you want to achieve too. And you just think about it, a lot of people are thinking, but Michael, $49, I can't even afford $49. And just so think about it, over the course of a year, this works out at 13 cents per day. 13, this is the question I ask you, is 13 cents a day worth it for your health? Because the fact is that you're probably going to spend 13 cents a day anyway. You're probably going to spend $49 maybe in a day anyway. So this is the thing, that if I could save you time so you don't need to figure it out all yourself, is that $49 worth it? Because if you could have done it on your own, you probably would have done it by yourself already. But I'm giving you this incredible offer so that you don't have to go through the journey I went through and spend over 10 years studying and then spending over $500,000 working it out. Because I'm giving you the shortcut to getting to your health success, but also the success in your business, wealth, and also relationships too. It all starts here. So I just want to leave you with 5 questions before I wrap this up. If not this, then when? What else is out there? What else has got these results, like Kate, like Winston, like John? All these athletes and celebrities have come to me because they know that I can help them with success. Because all these athletes also, they need 3 things. They know this. They need to find an expert that has proven results. They need to execute everything that they've learned. They also need to find a support group that will push them every single day, even when they don't feel like it. The second thing I want to ask you is that, if not you, then who? Because you showed up today for a reason. You wanted to gain improvements in your health. You have highlighted the areas in your life that you've neglected and struggled with. And this is an opportunity for you to crush it for good. Next question I ask you is, if not now, then when? Because at the end of the day, our bodies are getting older. Previous injuries just cause more damage. They cause more protective mechanisms. Our self-limiting beliefs crush dreams. When does that need to stop? As most people prefer not to be in pain. Because the fact is that you may be thinking the best time to have actually done this was years ago. The second best time to do this is actually today. Because today you can make a change. Because if you do nothing today, nothing will change. The fourth thing is, money is just a resource. And like I said before, you're going to spend $49 anyway. And the real question is, are you going to spend $49 on rubbish, or are you going to spend $49 on something that's going to serve you well? Because the fact is that, how much is your health actually worth? How much is it actually worth for your loved ones? How much do you want to improve yourself, your quality of life, so that you can not only do the things you love doing, but also help other people too? And the fifth thing, the last thing I want to leave you is, what would happen if you don't say yes? Life would just happen, right? And you'll just be the same. But that's okay, because if you're happy with your current results, then just stay as you are. Einstein actually said this as a definition of insanity. He says, if you do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, that's what insanity is. But just think about it. If you're not happy, let's do something together. Think about it. If I didn't say yes years ago, I would be here doing this, would I? I couldn't have known what I would become. Imagine living a life full of happiness, freedom, and love. How much would that be worth? Because the fact is that I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing unless I said yes. Unless I said yes to coaches, mentors, some professors, from learning from the best. I had to start somewhere. But the fact is that it's okay if you want to do it by yourself, because if you want to save time and you don't want to figure it out yourself, I've got all these tools to help you crush pain, crush anxiety, optimize your health for success. So if you want that in your life, and this is something that you would like, just click that link, success-challenge.dr-michael-lee.com. And I'm going to leave it open for another 30 minutes. And things that I know that you've been here for a reason, and I really hope that I've been able to serve you well. And what I want to ultimately say is I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. And of course, for those that click the link and sign up, I look forward to serving you very, very soon.